Hello and welcome back to our Timberborn Emberpelts Canyon playthrough. This is episode, I'm not sure. What episode is this? This is episode 8. There we go. I can count. Um, just a heads up. I am gonna try to record a video here while I am on puppy duty. No one else is home and I'm in charge of the puppy. So if you hear some barking in the background, that's why. And if I pause the video and go take care of the puppy and come back and seem like I lost my place, you understand that too. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Glad to have you. Without further ado, let's get this started. Last time the only major problem we had is we had forgotten it on 24-hour work days for a while, and that led to the beavers not having time to make babies. So we had some population issues. We addressed that and things are coming along nicely now. We got our dirt excavator up and running. We're flattening that out to just expand that area. Yeah. And we're expanding our crop area by flattening this section out. We are kind of low on explosives at the moment. I think we have 2 explosive factories. Okay. We ran out of bad water to make our explosives for a while there, so that was a problem as well. I do think it would benefit us if we get a large tank for bad water. Doesn't need to be over there. It can be over here where we're making our explosives. That should be fine, but we'll just store up a little bit more bad water. And now it's a drought. So we should have been, if we were going to do that, we should have done it sooner than what we did. What we did do, however, is we made a little pool here of bad water to catch some of it even when the drought hits. So we do have a little bit more we can pump. So that should be good. Let's evaluate what else we want to do. Scrap and dirt, okay. So I'm trying to replace most of this and get it up over here, and that's going all right. Right now, we're just missing some of the presses. I think I actually, I want to set a little bit separate industrial area for the presses because they need very specific reagents that the rest of them don't really need. So maybe I use this area for that, kind of set that aside, and then I'll have like a closer station where they'll move the juice, because that's a long way for all of these beavers to go to just to get a drink. Yeah, something like that should probably be what we do. Can they reach these? They can. It's just, yeah, we're waiting on explosives, which is just fine. Yeah, so the presses do need some power, and we need what, 5 of them total? I got some of them over here. I think I am going to make like a separate juicing station right over here though. Maybe even another tubeway leading over to that. I think that would be beneficial actually. Something like that. And we still need to get power over here, which shouldn't be too terribly difficult. I wonder, can power attach to the top of these? Kind of. Doesn't look like it. Nope, just there. Okay. Although right here it looks like it can. In that higher spot on the gear workshop. But not the higher spot on the smelter. Let's actually find out if that can connect. No, I think it's just a visual thing to make it look like gears. Okay, so with that in mind, we are going to need some way for this across, but we can just take the power from this one and bring it over, honestly. That might be the way to go. I'll unpause it. Sorry about that. And just like that, we have power across. On both sides even. So now we can put our presses here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we can have some storages for the we probably didn't actually even need this side of it. Or maybe we didn't need this side. Yeah, that probably is more true. Let's actually delete that for now. I want the presses over on this side of the area. Okay, 5 presses. I think medium tanks should be plenty for the juices, probably. Let's set that at canola oil. We'll just go down the line here. Apple juice, tomato juice, beet and radish juice, and corn juice. So we said canola oil, apple juice, tomato juice, beet and radish juice, and corn juice. Okay, and now we'll need some additional supplies for, I want the actual food that they use to make the juices to be over here. So we can have this be apples, tomatoes, radishes, beets, corn, need corn, and canola. We're also going to have another medium tank there with water, because the corn juice needs water. These ones will be set to obtain. And these ones can be set to supply. Now with that two-way right there, that's not terrible of a juicing station. They should be able to get there pretty quick to get the juice they need. Yeah. This is everything we need for the juices, right? Let me just look at the presses again. Canola, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There should be 6 solid things. So we got 6 warehouses. Okay, it's all taken care of. That means we we will be able to clean up some of these other presses, which will be good. And we can really get rid of these presses. That's unnecessary over here at this point. Pause them to start with. Okay, we can actually, it's just a smelter. All the other things are a smelter and a lumber mill, and we got the large lumber mill up here and the large smelter. So none of those are necessary. And we don't have anything going on over here. So we can actually go ahead and delete this stuff. It's just not needed anymore. And that will free up this area for other things. This is going to be kind of my food processing area where I want some of the bakeries and grills and such. So that would be a good switch. I don't think I want gears here. Or really need planks there. Definitely don't need metal blocks or scrap or charcoal. We don't need like anything over here, any of that stuff here. What's this? Charcoal? We need charcoal here. Yeah, having some charcoal for the bakeries would be good still, I guess. So that can stay. Empty a lot of that other stuff though. Okay, so the bots have biofuel and they use a control tower. I don't know if is Phoenix Essence also used to speed them up. I only see one bonus building, unless... Okay, there is grease. Grease and control towers are the two things we need. We'll use. I don't think pine resin was part of the grease recipe for iron teeth. Oh well. Canola oil, extract, and pine resin for 6 grease. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you just take away the pine resin and it made 4. Something like that. I'm not sure the ratio, but it was a different formula, different recipe. How are we doing on power on this whole thing? Power supply versus demand is really low. We need some more engines up on this thing. So we can definitely address that. In fact, maybe some of these presses that we can get rid of, maybe we can replace with an engine. Let's see, I'm thinking... So the engines are pretty big, but we can make that work by, say, blowing up this. This is ready to be level 2. Wasn't as much room from this irrigation as I thought. Is it too low, perhaps? That's probably the problem. It shouldn't be level with the ground to be ideal. So we might want to delete and raise that here at some point. Yeah, it really didn't irrigate as much of this area as I thought it would. It's right here. It goes way over here, but only over there. That's odd. I might just peel back some layers here. Okay, for one, it's not a 3x3. Let's address the fact that that's not a 3x3. Let's delete this. Where's my dynamite? Blow that up. High priority. And then we'll just put a platform there and put it right back where it was, basically. But then it will store more water. And that increases the irrigation distance just in and of itself. Okay, so that's a little better. And we were having issues with not having enough corn. I still think we might be having a little bit of corn shortage, possibly. It's hard to say. We haven't harvested a lot of our new corn. Canola is definitely going down though, so I'm going to go ahead and plant some more canola as well. Maybe like that much. Rashes are fine. Beets, how are we doing on beets? Beets are fine. No, radishes aren't fine. Beets are fine, but no, radishes are over here. Radishes are going down. We could use a few more radishes. Let's try that out. And this two-way was, this whole system was just to try and get that dynamite placed. So now we're actually going to use this. Oh no. There's a beaver in there. Oh, okay. The easiest way to save that beaver, I don't like. But I don't want to just let my beavers die. It's probably going to say that it's too far away to build. No, they can build it. Sweet. Come on. That's too far away, though. That's silly. That they could build that, but not destroy this? Silly. Honestly, if we put a two-way station over here, it should then become close enough to a district center if we just connect it, right? Why am I making that so difficult? It doesn't need to be that difficult. I can't be over that. Well, maybe if I make this just a little bit higher. Aha. I still feel like I made that really difficult. Okay, but after that's connected, that should let them get close enough to demolish that. And then we can build another ladder there, and hopefully our poor stupid beaver will be saved. Oh, I can't blame him. He was picking up this rubble, and I deleted the two-way station he was in. I just didn't know he was in there. Wow, we filled up these juices quick. It's good. Having juice is good. Can you please just destroy that? Luckily, he's not very hungry or thirsty. Oh, of course, I built the bridge from the wrong side here. I can't actually build that. I gotta do a two-way bridge from this way. Then they can build all of this stuff. Okay, okay. Gosh, that tomato's almost gonna be done by the time we finish this. Okay, that's a slight exaggeration, but still. Sweet. Now I can build that. Beaver is saved. I guess if the only emergencies we have are having to save stranded beavers, that's not too bad. You still have power? Well, why not? Because it's not connected there. Let's just address that. What do we want there? I don't think a small gear workshop is entirely necessary, but I guess it fits there nice, and it might be nice to have a little more ability to make gears. There we go. All right, so my plan on how to put the engine right there. It's actually fairly simple. Looks like that. We can actually fit 2 engines there now. Let's do that just to be sure we have the power. I bet our bad water hole is empty now. Yep. So during this drought, we can go ahead and shut off those pumps. And we're full on water. We don't need all of these pumps going. Free up a little labor here. That's ready to blow up. Delete those, and just one more piece of dynamite here. Is there too many tasks for this one farmhouse to do? It's quite possible. There's a lot of crops that we're relying on this one farmhouse for. We'll keep an eye on it. Corn is still going down. Let's plant a little bit more. I think that spot's irrigated too. Beets are doing good. Tomatoes aren't. We need a little bit more tomatoes, and that's not too surprising. They are not the most efficient thing to grow, and we eat them raw, and we make them into juice. Like they just they take 5 days. They're just worse beets, basically. Besides that, they offer different bonuses. I mean, not beets, radishes. Worse radishes. Do we still need more dirt? I guess we built this huge thing for dirt. Quite a bit of injuries. Let's actually just take 2 out of there for now. Let's be sure we have enough medical beds. I just saw that we do not have enough medical beds, so that needs to be addressed. Actually, going to delete this scratcher to put a road here. And we can put more medical beds here. And even 2 scratchers. Okay, so part of our workforce issue was that we didn't have enough medical beds. By a long shot, all of these are instantly getting filled. Do we still have any beavers hanging out? We do have beavers hanging out in their home still. We are definitely slacking on the medical beds. Not cool. Since this is where a lot of food and juice and stuff is, it actually wouldn't be terrible to have our medical beds over here. But yeah, that dirt excavator, for one, really ramped up our injuries. That should be plenty of medical beds. So now we should get our injured beavers treated. Now they're not using those. Did the other ones, some beavers got better and the other ones got filled? Okay. Whatever. We have medical beds. Lots of them. It's good to have, better to have too many than not enough. So yeah, that's already addressed our labor shortages very well. They even put 2 more back in there that will cause more injuries, but we have the medical beds to help with that. So we can do it. Okay. Still 9 days left of this drought. We're doing just fine on water. Doing fine on logs. Bad water's going to go down during this. And that's just going to be a thing. Do I have a storage of charcoal up here? Because these large ones, large smelter uses charcoal instead of logs. I just noticed. Yeah, so we're going to want a big warehouse with some charcoal. Wait. Charcoal is in a pile, right? Charcoal is in a pile. Yeah, we can have an underground pile of charcoal. Why not? Do we need another kiln making charcoal? Is our charcoal at all running out? Not really. I think we have enough kilns producing the charcoal. I guess that storage really isn't far. That's actually not any closer than that, is it? Any further away. We'll just leave it for now. It's fine. Still have a lot of injuries. Let's just make sure they all got medical beds. They do. I am going to go back down to the 2 in the dirt excavator, just not only to free up those 2 themselves, but to have less labor needs overall. Less injuries overall. So that will free everything up. And we could set that to prioritize, to obtain. Okay. Looks like our peppers are going down pretty quick. That might be something else we need to address a little bit. So I'm trying to get some of our current food systems a little bit more stabilized before I start getting into other food types. Let's do a little demolition work over here. Because I think that will increase our irrigated land over there. Not exactly sure how much this will be able to reach, but we're going to give that a try. So far, so good. Too far from a district center. That if I just put a two-way on each side of this, I could just build path there and there. How's the canola doing? Canola seeds. We are going, well, canola oil, we're going up, and canola seeds. Okay. So we don't need any more canola, but we do need more of the bell peppers. And to me, it seems reasonable that we would need a few more of those. These must be tomatoes. Yeah. Especially since we have stuffed peppers and grilled peppers. Makes total sense that we would need more peppers planted. Still need more tomatoes planted too, though. Okay. All right, looking good. This can even be exploded. Corn's still not catching up. Corn does take a long time to grow for little return. And that's just a fact. So it is a pretty inefficient crop in this game. Yeah, we use it for a lot. It's efficient for the iron teeth because the corn rations that you make out of the corn, you get a lot of corn rations per corn that you process. But the recipes for ember pelts aren't quite as good, especially grilled corn especially isn't as good. Um, there's a little bit more put into it, but like these stuffed peppers isn't bad for sure. And then you gotta look at the corn meal to get the, what is that type of food? Corn bread. That's a little better, but it again needs a little more inputs. I don't think we're gonna get a whole lot more space out of this, but we can get some. Should have built this a little bit further away, to be honest. Okay. I see a lot of unharvested stuff here, so I do think we're going to want to, yeah, we're going to want to clear a planting area and have another house over here. Oh, and I can't reach all of that. So I'm going to clear, I'm going to leave this will be the farmhouse, and I'm going to leave that as a path so that this farmhouse isn't blocking this one from accessing a lot of this stuff, making it have to go around. And that'll increase the range. I think it's worth giving up that one spot. So I'm just going to mark those for planting. So once they are harvested, we can go ahead and place another farmhouse there. Let's go ahead and delete the shrub and the roof and put another triple lodge up there. And I am thinking triple lodge, not another tenement lodge. That was quite big. I don't want quite that many beavers all at once. Okay, so bush and roof. We are not making enough juice for our population. They are thirsty beavers that are drinking all of it. We're going to need to up our beet and radishes, I think, and maybe get more pumps. More pumps won't be the end of the world. It won't be too terribly difficult. All I would do, really, I don't think we need both sides of these medical beds. Yeah, I actually think we need some more presses for that. I don't think we need another canola oil press at the moment. That's doing just fine. But let's do the ones besides the canola oil and see what happens here. So we can do apple juice, tomato juice, beet and radish juice, corn juice. How are we doing on power? Supply and demand is not adding. Oh, this isn't connected to those other ones yet. Okay. I see. Do that and then that. Then it should be connected. Maybe that was why we didn't have nearly enough power for our presses. So they were operating at a poor efficiency, perhaps? Well, they say you're 90 something percent. Well, getting those engines back in there is definitely going to help. Now we have more power than we need, but not by much. We will need more engines here. At some point, not so far in the future. In fact, I'm going to build another engine right now. Okay. Too far from district center. Well, we can fix that. All right. These are empty. We can delete them. No, well, not all of them are empty, I guess. But even if they're not empty, they're just made into rubble on the ground. So whatever. Like, we're not deleting those resources. It's just there's a lot of metal blocks in here now. So yeah, we'll be able to utilize this a little bit better for food. Just need to figure out how we're going to have it. So I think another bakery is in order to get some baked beets. I don't think we have any of those going on yet, right? Yeah, we're missing baked beets, cornbread, and apple pie. So we need 3 more bakeries for sure. We don't have all of the materials for that yet. Let's see. So baked beets need what? Beets need maple syrup. That's why I wasn't doing them yet. We need this. It's about, and so does cornbread, right? And apple pies. Apple pies needs wheat. We don't have wheat yet. Okay. So we need to get grist mills, wheat, and we need to get maple syrup going. So, yeah. Oh yeah, beautiful. Lots of irrigated land there. And I think we can do more. Let's try that. We're definitely still running out of tomatoes. It looks like we're starting to get to the point where this one farmhouse can't handle it all. So I'm pretty soon going to build a second farmhouse there. Methinks. We have plenty of canola at the moment, so I'm going to just go ahead and unmark those for planting, and that will be where our second farmhouse can be. Juices are doing much, much better. Corn juice is still kind of the most limited one. We're running out of tomatoes though as well. So let's go ahead. We're running out of explosives now because, oh, we can't get too close to this bad water. It's contaminated soil now. Looks like they were growing good until I exploded some of that. Okay. Noted. Unless we get these contamination barriers. You know what? There's no reason we can't get that. And say, well, let's just put it right next to this. You used to be able to just go diagonally. You can't do that anymore. You need this last one right here to prevent the contamination from spreading. But yeah, if we do that, that should be just fine. And then to let them reach it, I think I'm going to build two ways again. It's expensive, map materials wise, but have a lot of planks. And we'll just delete it when we're done. So we're going to get 75% of it back. There we go. It's important to note, though, that we can't blow up more dynamite right now because of the simple fact that we're out of bad water. So that made us lose out on our dynamite. Let's plant a few more tomato plants. Beets are also going down. Corn is being a problem as well. Peppers are going down. Try that, I guess? Question mark. Radishes. Radishes are also going down. We are expanding our population at the same time. So that's providing some unique challenges. Let's see, is this place right? Yeah, there are unharvested things here. Oh, we need contamination barriers there too, actually. Something like that ought to work. Can we reach way over there? It's too far. Okay. Simple solution. Good. And this is ready for our second farmhouse up here. A bad tide approaching. That's actually okay. Because that's better than another drought. Because we will have the bad water flowing at least. This might not have been a net gain on wood to try to get those two. And if not, oh well. Okay. So I'm gonna get rid of those trees by harvesting them just like that. And then I'm actually going to put terrain tiles down to expand some of this. Okay, and we've stopped a lot of that contamination. How's it going over here? Not as good yet. Okay, we need more contamination barriers. So after this is done being built, I'm gonna put some over here too. And that makes sense. We are trying to grow pretty close to that Badwater River. Oh, we need to turn these bad water pumps back on. That's the issue. Well, at least it's being addressed now. Better late than never, I suppose. Okay. Nothing to gather in range? Well, kind of. That was a lot of extra paths that just are more CPU power. Um, yeah, I think it's time to build another hauling post. I just looked for a spot that was out of the way and could be used for that. And this is what I found. We have spare labor, and I feel like we're hauling enough stuff that having another hauling post would be worth it. Why is this not done yet? Do I need another building hut too? Could be. Could be. Guess we only have, what, 12 builders probably? All right, that contamination barrier is working. There's nothing to do in range again? No, you're just still waiting for that to be built. Okay. And I was actually worried about the puppy a little bit this episode, but he's been napping this whole time behind me. So we're doing good, guys. Bad tide started. Big whoop. It's just gonna flow out there. Just means we're not gonna have flowing water here anymore. And honestly, we're not even using these water wheels anyway, so doesn't matter at all. What matters is it wasn't a drought, so we still have our bad water flowing. That part definitely matters. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna wait to see if the contamination spreads over here. Sometimes it's a little delayed. It takes a little while. But I think those spots should be okay. I think. Okay, so we built all of those contamination barriers. I think I'm going to extend it just a little bit more to make sure we don't need to worry about it. Like that. There's a birch tree there. There's a birch tree there. Can they demolish out of the tubeway? Okay, if they can build out of the tubeway, they need to be able to demolish outside the tubeway. Okay. So that's not going to work. Oh, they were able to build that one spot, it looks like. So yeah, I can't deal with that birch tree right now, I guess. Whoops. So I will. I'm not going all the way around. I could have. I'm not doing it. The benefit is not there. Benefit versus effort. What I should have done though is waited for them to pick up some of that stuff. Oh well. If we start running low on those materials, we know where we have some on the ground. Something like that. Should be able to keep it away. Nothing to do in range. Ah, you've chopped down those trees. Wonderful, thank you. It's also nice that there's something there that we can maybe just put a stairway on right there. Right here. Yeah. There we go. One thing's for sure though, this area is done. We're just expanding our farmable area a little bit here. Since we do have this forester here, let's go ahead and first let's make sure none of this is marked for cutting over here. Okay. Plant a few more apple trees over here. Not that we're struggling really with apples at the moment, but they take a while to get going if you want them. So planting a few more trees couldn't hurt. I'm not going to delete this forester yet in case I want more apple trees up here, but I am going to pause it. Nothing to do in range. Well, that'll be solved in due time. Actually, it looks like a lot of it's solved already. All right. What crops are we still struggling with? We're still struggling with a lot of crops, actually. Like, we're not running out of the food necessarily, but yeah, we're kind of struggling a little. We're getting low on the raw foods, for instance. Radishes seem to be going real quick. We did expand our population pretty quickly, and that's not much of a concern unless we started running out of food or water, and our food started going down. So we have the ability to address that. Okay, this guy can't reach. Wait, he might be able to reach. If I just do this. Kind of silly because I could just put gather a lumberjack flag here and they'd be able to reach it. Okay, yeah, it's silly. Oh well. Too late. Even though it's not. But I'm going to say that it's too late. Now it is. And it was pointless because he still can't reach. Arg. Fine. So, yeah, it was pointless. Wait a minute. That two-way was necessary. I deleted something I shouldn't. All right, it's fixed. Wait, don't. I deleted. I was not supposed to delete that stair. Oof. Guess while we're over here, let's get the rest of these pines over here. All right, we have more space, and I said radishes were kind of the thing we were lacking. Also going down on beets. Still going down on corn. I'll plant a few more beets. Okay, and this doesn't actually lead anywhere. They do need to pick that up. No storage available. What's full? Planks are full. Okay, is this cleared? It is. Okay, we can go ahead and put our other farmhouse. It can't reach all of these, and it looks like not all of that stays irrigated anyway. But this one can still reach over there, so it's fine. Don't need that anymore. That anymore. Contamination barrier is doing its thing as it should. To reach some of this, we're gonna need just a tube way right here and there. Then we can delete it and blow up that spot too. We're still not building up hardly any corn, but we're starting to get close to full on like grilled corn and corn juice. So with that, we should be building up some raw corn here shortly. Shouldn't take that much longer at least. See if I can move this pile to a place we can reach it. Yay, we did it. No, don't be building that. Where did you built it from up there? Wow. Well, that means we can reach it from up there. Ha! Victory is ours. Dang it. There's a 50-50 chance that it would go some fine. 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 No problems. We're fine. Okay, so that should be buildable area too. By buildable, I did mean like irrigated, areable. Those are some of the words I was looking for. I don't know if that one, it is irrigated. Cool. Miscalculated. We can't reach that spot. Oops, it was paused. Corn? Question mark? Okay. We're doing better. Oh, we have all of this stuff too. All that stuff that can be some more tomatoes. All right, looking good. All right, you know what? We are at an hour, and I feel like we made good progress expanding our food production and our industrial sector as well. Grew our population some. Got this nice juicing station going over here. Yeah, I think it is looking good. No fires really this episode. So we had no fires we had to put out. Nothing went sideways. But yeah, I think solid progress today. If you guys watch this whole video, go ahead and leave a like. I assume you liked it if you watched the whole thing. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you haven't, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys thought. If you have any ideas, or if you're thinking I'm utilizing some area poorly and we want to do something else, let me know. And I will see you guys next time.